Hello, Soul Sisters. Since yesterday was International Women's Day, I thought that it would be fun to take a look at some godly qualities for women. And I'm going to be reading from Proverbs 31:10 through 31. And it starts off by saying, "A wife of noble character who can find? She is worth far more than rubies. Her husband has full confidence in her and lacks nothing of value. She brings him good, not harm, all the days of her life. She selects wool and flax and works with her eager hands. She is like the merchant ships bringing her food from afar. She gets up while it is still night and provides food for her family and portions for her female servants. She considers a field and buys it. Out of her earnings she plants a vineyard. She sets about her work vigorously. Her arms are strong for her task. She sees that trading is profitable, and her lamp does not go out at night. In her hand she holds the distaff and grasps the spindle with her fingers. She opens her arms to the poor and extends her hands to the needy. When it snows she has no fear for her household, for all of them are clothed in scarlet. She makes coverings for her bed. She is clothed in fine linen and purple. Her husband is respected at the city gate, where he takes his seat among the elders of the land. She makes linen garments and sells them, and supplies the merchants with sashes. She is clothed with strength and dignity, and she can laugh at the days to come. She speaks with wisdom, and faithful instruction is on her tongue. She watches over the affairs of her household, and does not eat the bread of idleness. Her children arise and call her blessed. Her husband also, and he praises her. Many women do noble things, but you surpass them all. Charm is deceptive, and beauty is fleeting, but a woman who fears the Lord is to be praised. Honor her, and all of her hands have done, and let her works bring praise at the city gate." This is a super popular passage of verses that people just love to quote, and I love it too. There's a lot of it in there that I just really love. So what this was a poem, and Proverbs was written by Solomon, and they talk about it's the qualities that we can seek to become the godly woman. Her number one trait was fearing the Lord. And basically, when you have fear of the Lord, it's like having respect and honor for him. I went through each verse and kind of talked about what I got out of it, and maybe it'll help you guys if there's something that you're confused with or unsure about. And like I said, these are just qualities we should strive to have. I don't have all of these qualities by any means, but it's something that I do try to work on daily and at least get some of them down for sure. So verse number 10, it talks about noble. That means high morals, and she's more precious than rubies. And I saw a thing Aaron was watching. It was like on an auction channel, but the guy was at a gemstone place and he was holding up a ruby, and rubies are really, really rare. So a woman like this, that's what he's saying in the poem, she is very rare to find. And God wants us to know that we are worthwhile, we are virtuous and capable with him. Verse number 11, it talks about faithfulness, speaking the truth. That and just enriches the lives of us and the others around us. Verse 12 talks about goodness, cherishing and loving our husbands and family. Verse 13, hardworking, always improving ourselves. Verse 14, provider, she's cooking, serving, and caring for her family. And I'm just going to be real, like, there's a lot of times that I don't want to cook dinner, or I don't want to wash the dishes or do laundry, but I do it as in doing it for the Lord. I know that, like, to run my household correctly and for everyone to be happy and provided for, I'm going to have to do those things. It's not that I always want to do them, but I do them because it's providing for my family. Verse 15, she's an early riser. God calls us to wake up before dawn, which can be hard, and he wants us to be purposeful with our time and start our day in prayer. Whether you're praying and meditating and reading our Bible, he wants us to use that time for our good, to prepare for the day ahead. And let's be real, mamas, a lot of time your quiet time is in the dark. It's before your kids are getting up out of bed, okay? At least for me it is. Verse 16, she's business savvy. She works from home, and it doesn't matter whether you are a stay-at-home mama, whether you are working from home, whether you are a nurse, a teacher, leading a Bible study, anything. If you are doing it to the best of your ability and you are taking advantage of those opportunities, you are being savvy with what God's calling you to do. Verse 17 is strength, and he's talking about physical, mental, and spiritual strength. And we are called to do these with optimism and energy. I know for my well-being, as well as my family and everyone else around me, I'm a better person when I work out. I'm in a better mood. I'm going to sleep better at night. I'm better when I'm in my Bible. I'm better when I'm reading and just making myself better. It's going to be better for everybody else around me. 18 is endurance. She may work late and make sure her dealings are profitable. 19, she's well-rounded. And it talks about spindle and flax in this verse. And I think what he's saying is she's always learning new skills and growing. She's not stagnant where she's at. Just like in my business, things are changing all the time. When I think I have something figured out, it changes. And that's just how life is. You have to be up and ready to go on to the next thing and not be afraid of change. 20 is she's charitable. We're called to love others and help those that are less fortunate. 21, provide and trust. She trusts God and her family is taken care of. 22, my favorite, she's well dressed. We are worthy. And I think sometimes we should dress how we feel on the inside. If you are feeling good on the inside, you are going to dress good on the outside. That's not to say I don't have my leggings and sweatpants days, because I sure do. But, you feel better when you're dressed nice. 24, she's working. She's selling items for an income. 25, she's honor. She fears nothing but God, and she's carrying ourselves with grace. 26, she's wise. She's thinking before she speaks. I could probably work on that. 27, she's active. She works hard for her home and family. 28, she's praiseworthy. She takes praises and gives them to her family. 29, she excels. And with God, we can achieve anything He has set on our hearts, and you will succeed and excel. Number 30, she's God-fearing, respecting God, and through our fear, we come to know Him. And 31, she is rewarded, and God promises to recognize our faith. And I just love that. And there's another little section in my Bible that I wanted to read. They talked about it. It's like a commentary. She says, this rare woman was a paragon of virtue, trustworthy, industrious, organized, and loving, yet amazingly, she was able to order the priorities of her world. Her husband totally trusted her, her children voluntarily praised her, and her home was a model of efficiency. She reached out to her community, helped the poor, and increased her family's resources through wise investments and productive management. Her beauty was not merely outward, she embodied true wisdom. So, I just wanted to leave that with y'all today because it was International Women's Day yesterday, and I was reading actually Proverbs 31 earlier this week, and I was like, you know what, this is a good little reminder, some tips and tricks. Like I said, I don't do all of these, but it's definitely something to strive towards for sure. So I hope y'all have a wonderful weekend, and I will talk to you guys soon. Bye.